Hi, it's Chris, and welcome back to the Sea. What do we have on the show today? Well, for years I've been using these things, and we got the new stand-up desk, and everything's been wonderful. Except I have an issue now that I have to address, and that is all these things that I have to plug in. I'm always swapping out devices and stuff, and I've bought hubs, and this is just, you know, it gets overwhelming. So I went on the old jungle store. Yeah, I know, I have a problem. But I found something really cool, and it's inexpensive as heck. Check this out. Here's my receipt. It's the Gitfos with a lightning point Gitfos Charging Dock Pro. Look at this thing. This SOB has 8 USB-Cs, 4 USB-Cs, 8 USB 3 Type A's, and then on the back, it's got like HDMI and all sorts of good stuff. So I figured, you know what? It'll look really nice being able to plug something in, and then I can feed it from whatever. So here we go. This is today's Amazon package. This is the Gitfos C1 Pro Charging Dock. We're going to compare the cleanliness to the mess of this to now this. So let's raise up the desk a little bit. Makes it easier and more fun to do things at standing height. You get a box. We're going to see how it compares to its photo. I do like it that it has a power button on the top. That's cool. 10 gig, 45 watt output. Let's check it out. Oh. Inside you get a little instruction manual, and you get little accessories. It says, whoa. Accessories. USB Type-C wall wart at 120 through 240, 50 or 60 hertz. 1.5 amp. Output 20 volt, 3250 milliamp. Oddball size. And here is our unit itself. And this is what I was talking about. Oh yes. It's got 10 gig, 45 watt max, a 10 gig port here, USB-C, 5 gig port here, and then 5 gig at 7.5 watt over on the very left. A power button. It says blue light, data plus transfer plus charging. The light's off. Press once, data transfer plus charging. Green light, press twice quickly, only charging and no data. So you can use this to just charge stuff or transfer stuff. Now on the back side, these stickers are removable. DC power, 100 watt USB-C. It says 2 laptop, I guess this is the input. 4K 60 hertz, an audio headset in the rear, and transflash and SD, or micro SD and SD here. That is cool, because that takes place of this, minus compact flash, and that's totally fine. I don't use that much. That's a platinum. This HDMI thing takes care of this one. Alright, so that's 2 devices we just eliminated. The USB-Cs, of course. Now it does say, make sure that the DC power cable is connected to the hub and the USB-C cable is connected to the host. Okay, so for me, I'm going to put this thing kind of right here underneath Linux land. People have their computers on their desk. I don't. I have mine on the floor. You know, it'd be nice if you had a longer cable. Now you can buy a longer cable, or I could use one of these adapters. So it's just short. It's up on the desk pulled, the cable's pulled tight right here, so that makes filming great. There we go. We are powered up. I'm going to press the button here. We have a blue light. Is it just... Blue light is HDMI plus data. Lights off is data and charging. Okay, lights off is data plus charging. Okay, so I don't need HDMI on there, and I could clean this up myself. Now on the back I have a USB Type-C. To test that, we're going to grab some hard drives of NVMe. I have both. This cable is a 10 gig USB Type-C. This is a 10 gig USB NVMe Type-C. This has both flavors of the adapter and USB-C 10 gig to here. So first I'm going to plug this in. This will report what the actual speed is on it. So we're just going to test it with a couple things. We're going to first throw it in USB-C under 10 gig here and see what it shows up as. And this little hard drive is really cool. Screen might flicker, but it does say 10G, and the device has mounted in Ubuntu, and I can use it no problem. It's all my YouTube stuff, my Final Cut libraries, all the music and clips, and all the things that I use to make time travel possible. So that mounted perfectly and did what it said it was going to do. Here's a USB Type A. I'm going to plug it into the old slow stuff. It's a 1 gig thumb drive. Does it show up? There. Old school. I get spoiled with USB-C NVMe. These are the art contest files and some Pi Amiga stuff, and you know, it works. All my TM logos. I'm going to do the same hard drive on USB 10 gig USB Type C, and we're going to see what this does. So now I'm going to plug this into the USB 10 gig Type A port, and does it say 10 gig? It does. They are not lying. 10 gig. Amazing. So you have a 10 gig USB 3 Type A, and that's a rarity in this world. Yeah, worked perfectly. Let me hit eject. Boom. Has been disconnected and unmounted. But then why is it still on the screen? So that is amazing right there. That 10 gig USB Type A. A lot of us still have, you know, Type A things. Now here's a weirdo. This is something I use that's just different. I use these SSD enclosure things. We'll try a 10 gig port. Does light up. Yeah, there it was. 256 gig big coaxia. It does show up. Sorry for the angle of the monitor. There we go. So it does show the disc BG56 Kioxia. I don't know. Alright, so that's done. That works. So that is another device that I regularly use. Also, these SD readers, multi-readers, it's SD or micro SD. It has 2 of them. It's USB 3.0. I use these all the time, but I hate having to have multiple things everywhere. So this is a 64 gig card of I don't know what. I'm going to put it in right side up and press it in and see what happens. Usually you gotta flip them on these little devices, but oh, it did do it. There it is. It must have Pi Amiga on it because it worked just fine. Plugging an SD card into the back here. Face side up. Nope. Damn it. They did it. Face side down. I don't know why you guys can't make one that they both go right side up. Boom, boom. There's our drives. Popped right up, no problem. I mean, it's a media card reader. What do you expect? Copying files. Now, it's no Thunderbolt, because this isn't a Mac. That's another ball game of obsession that I go down. So here is 1 terabyte. Inside of this machine is a Gen 4 NVMe SSD, 5.8 gigs of data. Now Linux has benchmarking and speed a little different. It's like right here. And it's done. Incredible. That's great. Copying it back, I'm going to rename it. Rename it to delete so I know. And I'm going to copy it here first. Again, super fast to copy back. It's even faster copying back. And then I will move this here by holding the shift key down as I do it. Moving, 397 items, 5.8 gig, 5 seconds if that. So that is honest right there. That is a big pet peeve of mine. When you get these readers and you get these adapters and you get all these things that say they do 10 gig. They say they do whatever. Does it really? In this case, as far as connectivity and speed-wise, yes. HDMI PC, here it is. I put it on the desk. All my toys here. We're going to connect this as it came with its cable You'll see it looks the same. It's exactly the same, except this one has way more power than the other one did. And USB Type-C. So first off, let's open the drive up here. I have a C and a D. I have 2 hard drives in here. Let's just grab this same 1 gig thumb drive. It is lit up blue. I'm going to put that in this slow port here. It does blink. Does it show up? Yes, it does. USB drive E. There it is, 16 gig. There's a problem with this drive. Scan it to fix it. Sure, Windows, go ahead and blow up my drive. So apparently you can't use a A to C converter to power this device. Now it's just this one specifically, and that's my fault for having old hardware. This is the newest PC that I have besides my M4 Mini, which also has Thunderbolt 4/USB Type-C. Let's test the audio jack. For the audio, we're going to be using my Divoom Tivu, which is a pixel art speaker that I use for my repairs. And we have 3.5 audio. Okay, we've plugged it in. We're going to turn this on. You have Wi-Fi 6. Okay, well, I have Wi-Fi 7. That's great. Okay, connect to a network. It does. Nice to know that that works. I'll play my own music so I don't get copyright. I made this music, so it's mine. So here is one of my intros. This is my music that I made on my Casio. So I own it. And there's no copyright because it's mine. Well, I guess it's me. Anywho. Now, when the audio is playing out of this, it's not playing out of the speaker, this. Because these are HDMI speakers. Kind of neat. You know, real quick, one thing I do like about this device is it doesn't clog up your machine with drive letters. My previous readers, they just reserve drive letters. I'm going to show you live. Same cable. Plug it in. Watch. It's going to like reserve drive letters. And they just sit there. And if I plug a card in, it uses them. But this device does not. It just shows you what you got. And when I plug a drive in, like this 1 gigabyte thumb drive, it's just that one, and that's it. There we go. There's my 1 gig thumb drive. And when I eject it properly, remove it, it's gone. So I only have my local hard drives. That is a major plus. So listen, it's a USB hub that does what it says, minus the HDMI. I need to get a laptop to test the laptopness of it. I got my Surface. That's new. You're still coming into work today, right? Yeah. Screenshot from Fallout. Anyway, ADHD mode. So, we're going to plug in. This is plugged in, okay? So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to plug in this 1 gig thumb drive, which is my test, to that port. Found it. It's blinking blue. Windows just repaired it, so this did pop up totally fine. Display connection is limited. Your DisplayPort device you're connecting to is supported to your PC. Select this message for more troubleshooting information. It is also not charging. Let me do the press twice quickly for charging and no data. So that's green. I am in the 100 watt port to this Surface Pro. Unplug. Plug it in the top one because it'll make you feel better. Look for the hole. You can't find it. That's what she said. There you go. Display connection is limited. Make sure the DisplayPort device you're connecting to is supported by your PC. So HDMI, I can't get it working. But anywho, that's been my review of this Gitfos lightning bolt, and I'm impressed with the ports at least. I don't really give a crap about the HDMI. It would be nice to see if that was actually putting out 100 watts, but I don't have a measurement tool. Maybe I'll buy one of those too. The audio does work, the Transflash SD works, and it does what it says it does as far as power on the front ports and connectivity. It does what I need, and that's all I need. Here we go. It's $79.99. It was regular $89.99, but if you join Prime, it's $79.99, free shipping from Gitfos Direct, which is where I got mine from. Gitfos Direct Amazon store, right here. I'm not signed in. I will post an affiliate link in the description, and if you click it 872,000 times, I'll get $1. Now, the last time I said 65,011, and one of you did it. So thanks for the $1. Anywho, that's my review of my new 18-plug USB hug from Gitfos. I keep Gen X in it, Gitfo. Git. Lightning bolt. I don't know. And the lightning bolt is the S on the thing. So that is the Gitfos C1 Pro charging dock. Now I couldn't get the HDMI to work on this thing. I'll have to look and see why. Maybe I got a crappy unit. I don't know. But it's got a USA phone number that I can call, or a website, or an email address. I'll email them and see if I'm doing something stupid. Maybe I am. I don't think so. Tried a laptop, 2 computers, 3 computers. My Linux, my Windows 11, and my other Windows 11 with USB-C. So that's all I got for this one. If you're interested, I'm not forcing you to buy anything. I just review what I use. That's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.
That boy is good. Good and terrible.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?